Hey, welcome to the podcast. My name is Mike, and we have been talking about some lies that can hack into our soul and steal our identity. And the one that we've been talking about in recent days is this one: I am what I have done. There's nothing quite like the past to mess with the truth about who you are. Let me tell you about my buddy Ray. Yeah, tough guy, a lot of struggles with alcohol, drugs, spent some prison time. I got the privilege of baptizing him several years ago. And he met with me one Wednesday night after a worship service. He said, "Hey, man, can I talk to you for a second?" I said, "Sure." He goes, "Man, I just need to tell you I had a relapse." I said, "Oh, man, sorry to hear that." He goes, "Yeah, this girl broke up with me, and I didn't know what to do, man. I just went back to that old bar I used to go to all the time, and I got wasted." And the next day, I'm sitting on the edge of my bed. I'm thinking to myself, come on, Ray, that's not who you are anymore. And I told him, man, listen, I love how God reminded you of that truth, of who you are now. Because I'm telling you, knowing that will be so key in your recovery. You see, the deal is this: you've been walking a certain way for a whole lot of years. I mean, you've had the same habits, the same thought patterns, the same way of reacting to problems for so many years. You've had the same go-to move, the same fallback plan. You need to now learn a new way of thinking that matches the reality of who you now are. You see, when we come to Christ and accept His forgiveness, He wipes our sins completely away. But there is not like a delete button in our head, right? We still can wrestle with the old stuff until we start changing the way we think. The Bible calls it renewing our mind. And I told Ray about my brother-in-law, Dave, who has a 70-acre farm back in Kentucky. My nephew, Casey, now owns it. But there's a path from the barn down to one of his fields, and he can put his tractor on that path, close his eyes, take his hands completely off the steering wheel, and that tractor will go all the way down that path, right through that gate and into the field. You know why? It's got deep, deep ruts in that path. Those tractor tires have just dug those ruts in that path because he goes up and down that same path every single day. And a whole lot of us have been up and down the same paths for a long, long time. And we dig these ruts in our mind. And we got to get some new ruts to drive in. And it's so cool to know that so many of you are doing that. You're renewing your mind and learning a new playbook. You're filling your mind with good things, new things, noble things, loving things, pure things, excellent things. And it's really, really important to get to a place where you can link arms with fellow strugglers and establish some new patterns of thinking. It's so important to renew your mind daily to a new way of living, to work some steps, to be an honest community and establish some new positive habits. You see, being saved and set free is a gift. But walking free, now that's a choice. And it's a choice you have to make every single day. It's why the Apostle Paul wrote in Romans 12, verse 2, we've seen this a bunch. Don't copy the behaviors and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. So why not make that choice today? Start developing some new pathways that can lead you away from the past and toward the truth of who you now are. Have a great day. See you next time.